Yo, what's up guys? Party Waffles here, and I got some good news. There's been more DK class changes coming out in 11.2. Like, we already heard about the original rework and everything like that for Frost and Unholy, but we just additionally got more changes on top of that. So I'm going to run through the new changes that we just got added additionally. So let's take a look here. So Frost, Exterminate second scythe damage has been increased by 20%, so just more damage for us. Riders of Apocalypse Frost. Maw-Sworn Menace has been updated, increasing the damage of Obliterate by 10%, and Remorseless Winter lasts 2 seconds longer. Frost Scythe now shatters Trollbane's Chains of Ice, which to me, this sounds like this could be crazy, because the Trollbane's Chains of Ice is big damage. So if you can control about shattering that with your Frost Scythe, that could be wild in my opinion. Whitemane's Famine. Frost Scythe now adds a stack of Undeath and spreads it to the nearby enemy. So it looks like they're buffing Riders a decent bit there. Sand Lane. Mana Forge Omega 2-set bonus. These are just issues being fixed. Nice. So here we have a lot of meat and potatoes too being added for Frost right here. So let's take a look at this. So some talents have shifted positions. Cryogenic Chamber has been updated. When Howling Blast consumes Rime, 15% of the damage it deals is stored in the next cast of Remorseless Winter. No longer replaces Remorseless Winter. So if you're spamming a bunch of Rime procs, and then when you go and use your next Remorseless, that is going to be a Giga Remorseless. Frozen Dominion has been updated. Pillar of Frost casts a Remorseless Winter that lasts 4 seconds longer. Each enemy hit with Remorseless Winter increases your mastery by 8%, up to 40% for 15 seconds. Now replaces Remorseless Winter. So that's just more stacks, more mastery, and yeah. And the Pillar of Frost also casts it for you, so it's saving you a GCD as well. Frost Reaper has been updated. Obliterate deals 10% increased damage and has a chance to tether the souls of its target to a nearby enemy of yours. Frost Strike severs the tether, dealing Shadow Frost damage to both foes. So that's an interesting one. All damage, a flat 10% damage increase, so we love that across everything. Glacial Advance applies Razor Ice baseline, which is good. It should do that. Glacial Advance damage has been increased by 25%. I mean, just more damage. We also like that. All runic power spenders now cost 35 runic power, was 40. So now Frost Strikes are going to be cheaper, as well as Death Strikes. Frostbane now triggers from Arctic Assault. Tooltip has been updated. Arctic Assault now triggers a Glacial Advance at 60% effectiveness, which is obviously going to apply Razor Ice stacks. Frigid Executioner. Runic Empowerment now has a 25% chance to refund an additional rune, was 20%, so that got a nice little buff right there. Continue. Runic Empowerment. Each runic power spent has a 2% chance to generate a rune, was 1.6. Well, it's a 1.8, so slight increase there. So it seems like they're increasing everything across the board, really. Frostbound Will now reduces the cooldown of Empowered Rune Weapon by 6 seconds. So Empowered Rune Weapon is going to be like a rotational ability more so. Empowered Rune Weapon no longer incurs the global cooldown, but has its own 0.75 second cooldown on cast. So it's off the GCD, sort of. Empowered Rune Weapon we just read that one. Fixed an issue that caused Rage of the Frozen Champion to grant 10% increased critical chance instead of 15% to activate Rime. Frozen Dominion duration will no longer refresh when it gains a stack, and Runic Strikes has been removed. So that's basically what we got right there for all the new changes. So seems like they're really trying to pump Frost up, because some people seemed kind of underwhelmed with the Frost changes, but I think it's going to end up turning out really well. Unholy itself already has some pretty good changes, so they didn't add more for Unholy, or I would go over those with you guys. But yeah, Unholy's already looking pretty nice. Hopefully they add a little bit more, but I mean, you can almost have 100% uptime on Dark Transformation. Like, it's built into Apocalypse, so there's just a lot of good stuff going on with that. But yeah, guys, there's the new changes that just got announced yesterday, so let me know what you think in the chat below, or what more you want, what you want them to change, anything like that. And you can catch me live at twitch.tv/partywafflesx. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.